Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today this video is a Q&A. I hope I can do this with a very shorter period of time, so you will not wasting time here. But I would like to answer some of your questions, and hopefully I can do that within a short time. So you guys know I've been away for a while because of the season and because of this crazy time. We are also series just beside that. All right, I just hope that she won't bite my cable so that my whole system will be all gone. So some of you asked me if how I was doing about this situation where Swante is no longer here. Yes, I think we are coping it quite well. So thank you. I think it was Benny and Annie who asked that questions, how I was coping with Swante death. So I was just so glad it's not like a year or a few months. So uh, it was okay. I felt a bit lost, and it gave me some time to think, what is most important, which I always think it's time. We cannot buy time, but we can do as much as we want on the given time to us, and we just try to make the best out of it. So let me just quickly go through one very, very important questions about the virus. Everybody was like watching the news, and they said that, oh, Sweden is not having lockdown and all that. But like I said earlier on, it's the area that you are with. So there are pro and con. The bad side is that you never know when you're going to get it, because nobody is protected. In Sweden, nobody wear, not so many, and we don't have that law to um, force people to wear masks, which has the both good and the bad side. So how would I protect myself? Yes, I have this small disinfection um, spray, we call that hand spray in Swedish. So what we do is, if we go to the shop and we touch any surface, so I have this in my pocket, and then I just disinfect them quite immediately. So I think it's really good to have one small one. And also, because this place is quite a small city, or rather small town, uh, people don't really meet up with people, and the government keep telling people not to meet up with each other, which is good. But some people, they don't really bother. They meet up with their friends, and special occasion like tomorrow, Father Days. I think family members who are feeling quite okay, they can meet. But if you for sure know that you are not feeling so well, then it's uh, better to stay at home. So for that case, I think the area that I'm staying in is quite safe. So don't worry. I'm just so worried for just people who are in a bigger city where there are more people and no social distancing. So it can be a big problem. And recently we have quite a lot of infected case because of the coldness. The winter is here, and this virus like this kind of weather. So unfortunately, this is a little bit crazy here in Sweden, and I'm sure it will be also on when and when we come to winter month, and more countries will be affected. And I also think that eating is very important. I eat quite carefully. I don't want to eat so much of fried food, because I have a problem with my throat. Every time when I eat fried food, I will feel like, Siri, please. I will feel I have a sore throat. So it's really self-care is very important. And this girl, Leslie, she has said, how do you cope, what do you call that, to travel locally and spend their holidays locally? So we have not so much of an inquiry because now is a time where people are back to work, not a lot in traveling. So for our bed and breakfast now, we are putting focus on companies who wants to rent on a long term, which is really good. This cat is like driving me nuts. Attention, right? Fun Siri. So sometimes Siri is a little bit. I don't know whether I see her. Let me just see. When I catch her, she will be going away. Yeah. Yes. You such a little rascal. Okay, so we sit here and be together, right? Just me and you today. LG is in the gym now, so we are just both of us. So it's really, I think it's long term. We would think that this business will be better because we have a new battery factories, which is building in the process of building now, and there are companies who inquire, but because some of the company they have like 2 people, 3 people, we would love to have at least 4 to 5 guests to stay at one time for long term. Then our plan is to offer them a very unique homestay experience so that they don't feel like they are, away from home. We want them to feel like they are part of the family. So things like baking, sometimes when I bake a bit more, so I bring upstairs and give it to them. Sometimes with some food which I feel like we have enough and we might have some extra, and I don't mind sharing them. So I think people's are like that, little things they will appreciate because um, it shows how much you care, not just because they are your guest or tenant. So I think it's really important, and it's also good for us how we feel for them and getting to know them better. So again, every week if we are renting out long terms, we have to clean that place for uh, many hours because it's the disinfection process that we have to do. Um, every part that has been touched, possible places, we have to disinfect them, and we are not allowed to meet up with them, and if we meet up with them we probably put on the mask. So that is the thing that we have to look into, and our priority is to keep each other safe. So yeah, I think it's. And then I have this Mr. Chung who asked me, do you have any plan going back to Singapore? Uh, I think I have answered this question, but maybe in a different way. My answer is still no. I will not move back to Singapore, even in the future when I grow old. I think if I want to grow old, I want to grow old here. And the reason why we have a lot of benefits here for old people. Um, when we are sick, we are being taken care of. Compared to in Singapore, if you are sick and all that, if you're sick, if you don't have money, if you don't have a job, so I think it's really, really difficult to live there. And also the kind of lifestyle thing that draw me to Sweden is the nature. So without the nature, I don't think so. I want to stay here. Um, and I felt like, without that, I don't think so. My life would be so. I would not be so happy living in flats or places where there are a lot of people nowadays. Even though, especially after this pandemic, we're used to being isolated. so much. So even though nowadays going to the shop for me is a big challenge, because you're so used to the quietness, uh, without people around you so much, and then it becomes like a new norm. This new norm will fit you. Depending on some people will get depressed, some people will feel really calm and relaxed, and maybe there's a time that they can, um, you know, find yourself. And I think it's really, really important, to be able to do that. So I think that's good and bad. So I hope I have answered your question. And then we have free times also. Um, if I were to, I've been working in Singapore, in many sectors. So I felt like, the kind of free times is very, very little compared to work. And also, this nature, of finding and learning about the nature, it's interests me. So no, the answer is definitely not going back. And I have nobody to go back to. Um, and also, Annie, I like your latest vlog about, how to live a stress-free, grateful life and a happy life. Uh, and the stories, how do you come to that part where you felt like you have discovered what is matter. It's the same for everybody. If I can do that, I'm sure you too can do that too. So we just need to take a step back and, instead of complaining, like we Singaporean, we are very good in complaining. Uh, and I felt like I complain much lesser, um, which is really good, thank God. And then just appreciate instead of thinking, oh, how come it's not? I'm being brought up with a family who loves to complain about everything. So it makes me realize how bad it was, until, when you're staying alone, you don't feel that. But when you're living with somebody, you would really feel the impact, because the person will be affected by the way you live. So it's really not a good idea to be complaining. Instead, being grateful, I think, is much better and smarter. And also, I have one more question. If you have any question, please let me know. I would love to answer them too. Yes, a few more questions. In fact, I've written all of them down. Becky, how off grid are you? How off grid am I? Did I give you an impression that I'm living off grid? Yes, I think I mentioned that, but that was in the cottage. Uh, Basically, I live in a little village called Shalethaham, and this place is known to be a very popular place. In To be honest, I stayed in many places before. I lived in Singapore a few places, and then in Sweden a few places, and I just feel like I felt home here. The reason is because it is really near to the nature, and to the sea, good access to the bigger road, and I have a shop which is just 70 meters from here. And then we have this new swimming pool where me and LG we go swimming at least once a week. So I think this kind of lifestyle, is really simple, and that is what I want. Um, if I were to be, just moving here from maybe England or from Singapore, to come here, I think for the first few years would be really, really tough. I've seen a lot of YouTuber, they are putting out, I'm not saying false information, but a really nice picture, about staying in Sweden. It's a really beautiful place. Yes, it is a really beautiful place. But there are a lot of things you need to. It will also help to answer some of your questions if you have any. For me, buying houses, getting a job, the economy, how much do you need to be able to survive, um, healthcare, schooling, free time, that kind of lifestyle. Really, it all depends on the individual. I think it's really, really tough for people who are from Singapore to come here because they are very high tempo country. To move to a really low tempo country is a really big adjustment. So uh, it's really depending on yourself. So I have some experience. It's about 22 years, and I hope I can share this experience with you. And if you watch this video and you have missed my live streaming, you could still ask me questions. All right, I am most happy. So do you feel lonely? I think that is the most most asked questions, just because I'm alone in the video most of the time. So does it make me a lonely person? I enjoy being lonely. In fact, having a partner is also contribute part of the stress, because if you are living with a person, you have to think about for that person. You have to be considerate. You have certain standard to live up, to live with somebody, and it is not easy. um, so in my vlog, I hope that I could discover all these tricks and tips, how to live with somebody, a Swedish man. He's a little older than me, about 11 years. So it's really difficult. But, according to research, they say that women are more matured than men, like 10 years. So we are just 1 year different, in fact. But I think it's a skill that you, not just a skill, but you have to learn, and you have to um, appreciate each other, and everything. Sometimes when I get so angry with him, and I just think to myself, oh no, this is not going to work. And then I think, if I cannot work this out, nobody can. He can't and I can't, and we have no choice but to work this out. So in a way, we are forced to learn from each other and how we can solve this problem. Sometimes we talk about that, but sometimes we have to, like, self reflection, and then work out a plan. So it's about partnership, isn't it? All right, from Nancy. Nancy said, how are you coping with the situation of having a partner? Okay, like I said, I explained how to live with a man who is much older and what you should think about. Uh, yeah, I promise you I will make a video on that. Okay, all right, make sure you stay tuned. And then, what do you love about Sweden? Is it safe to stay in Sweden? That is a question by Andy L something, L NDL, I think. So Andy, what I love about this country is like I said, nature, and I think most importantly is that the safeness wise, um, I would say it's very safe here. I'm not afraid to go out, or maybe not afraid to go out to the shop and get infected, especially this part of North Sweden. Naturally, people are self-isolating and social distancing, we have this habit that we don't hug a person. For me, I used to hug people when I first moved to Sweden. It's like my nature. But after a while, I start to observe people, the way they behave, and then I start to realize, oh, here is a natural social distancing. So whether is it safe, you have to take your own responsible, uh, because it is you who make yourself safe or not other people's responsible. You cannot blame other people for infecting you. You have to learn how to protect yourself. This is what I think. Like in the case of the mask, I think at first I was really angry about the local authorities. They say, oh, no need to wear masks and all that. And I think it's quite true, because from for them, they say that this thing, even if you're wearing this mask, if you don't know how to wear it properly and protect yourself, when you are taking in and out of this mask, your hand are infected. And it doesn't matter if you're touching things everywhere, other people will be infected too. So I think you really need to have a proper education, videos or education. If you use that wrongly, it can backfire. So I think the Swedish government, they believe that by keeping a distance is the safest way. And as long as if you sneeze or something like that, then you have to cover up. So I think it's really important. Um, there's a rumor saying that if you have a COVID person in the same room, you might get infected. I think it's the distance too. So I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but I think it's that case. So whether safe or not, like I said, it's up to you. Um, I've been I've written some ideas that are the kind of videos that I'm going to be producing in the nearest future. I think in the past, my channel is always been like a cooking channel where I share my recipes. Sometimes in the recipes, I share my stories. And only recently, I realized that you could really um, tell, I mean, you could really benefits from my video by looking at my life here compared to yours. And I'm not going to try and put the best thing out anymore, because I just felt like it's really misleading people. And I've seen a lot of vloggers, they are moving to Sweden. And then when they move here, they start to realize, oh, the house is leaking, and there are a lot of things that we need to fix. And after that, they regret, they move back. And those people who move here, they are the people who are from Netherlands, from France, England, a lot from England. And when they move here, they didn't expect to get a job, because it's really really difficult, and especially if you cannot speak the language, your chance is even more lesser. So most of them, they have a business plan. When they come, they want to um, start a business, or maybe they want to retire here. I think a place for retirement would be more appropriate than a place to start a business, because you have to understand the system. So the one thing good is that we have good system here to help company to build. The Swedish government has helped to um, uh, educate these people who are moving here. So recently we joined this group. It's like a local consultant firm where they help new established companies, especially those who are from other country. They will guide them through in starting the business in English. So which is really really good, and I think that is not a stupid plan. So like I said, let me know. So this is the list of things that I want to be doing, and I want to do. like more of a storytelling, like to inspire people by being in the nature, and how we can use some of the food from the nature for better health, and also the importance of slowing down our life. Our life is very stressful, and to slow down is not like a button where you press and then you just slow down. It's not that. It's a process where you have to learn each step to find yourself a place where you know that or feel that you're ready to slow down, and it's really good for the health. um and also happiness. I think everybody is after happiness. So happiness to some people is like having a lot of stuff, but happiness to me is having lesser stuff. So, and why I feel that way, so I'm going to share with you some of my thoughts, and also the kind of treasure we can find in our daily life that can make us happy. And what is good life, and why you can turn your world into heaven. And it's not that difficult. I was drawn to your channel because of your beautiful energy. And thank you, Liz. I think Lisa, right? I have answered some of the questions. So I hope I can help people to be of service. And also, not just the country. It need not has to be from this country where I live, where you could get so much benefit from the nature. And sometimes, by just a little bit of creativity, I could share with you some very small, simple idea that can improve your health, or maybe to make you even more happier, to cheer you up. And I think that is my goal of sharing. And I think we are lacking of that, to make people realize that you really don't need to have a lot of stuff, lots of money to have a happy life. Sometimes if we are able to look at things the most simplest way and feel grateful about that, and I think that is the key to feel happy. And I hope I could, before I die, and we never know when we would go, but this is like my mission to do in this channel, is to help and to inspire people. If I were to inspire just one person, my whole channel, and I'm really, really happy already. So I used to worry about the subscriber, but now I don't anymore. I just felt like I don't really care about how many subscriber I have anymore now. I just do what I feel like it is good for myself and for you. I'll try my best to make you understand. All right. So I also need your help to like send me comment and give me suggestion, like what you want, what you guys want to learn, and to to you know to improve on, and I can look into that. And today, I just got a message from Facebook because I did a live streaming yesterday at Facebook. I was just sitting there and just testing out my new microphone. And Facebook wrote to me today and they said, uh, we would like to monetize your video because you have really good content. And like I said, money can be, it's not my priorities. Um, but I think if there is a chance for me, because right now our B&B business is like not so much of a people booking us, and we are aiming to get long-term contracts. So this may take months, and incomes wise, we are not that, uh, you know, we don't have that money. We don't have that kind of money to do a lot of major reparation. But we would love to have some if we are able to do through online business. And I think the cost that I have in my mind that Facebook want me to do is to start like an online workshop so that people could pay. And it's really not my priority to make money. So this morning, I just try out for fun, and I put out event for $1. It's how to make mushrooms seasoning powder. You guys know I'm a mushroom freak. I love mushrooms, and I've done so much research about the benefit of mushroom and how it could help to improve your health by just eating it. So I have used this mushroom powder literally every day in the food that I eat, and I think this is like a magic powder, and I want to share this recipe with you. So I tried out, and then there was a few people was like, wow, jumping on to Facebook and click on interested, and they want to know more. So I'm including that in my community page in YouTube. So if you guys are interested, go and check out the link that I put up. It's just $1. So I'm going to give you guys a 1 hour workshop, and I'm going to show you step by step how to the process of drying mushrooms and how you grind them without having to buy this expensive coffee grinder, and what kind of ingredients you could add to make this mushroom seasoning more tasty. So that is my plan, and just see how it goes. All right, going in life, looking forward to life. And this is something that I am really passionate about, is to do something that I feel like I'm really excited jumping out of the bed, and I just don't want to waste time and do what I really love to do. Okay, guys, I hope you guys enjoy this live streaming. And if you do, please give a thumbs up. I really would appreciate that, and that will help my channel to grow a little bit. And I also have a Patreon page promoting it, because I just felt like I need to have a really strong base first, that I know what kind of content that I can create so that it is beneficial. Finding my own niche to the people that are following me and what kind of interest they have. So with that help from the patron, it that little money will help to um, will help me to buy things like that. This is like a little microphone. It's about $200. So things like that you can help me to donate. I don't need the donation because I already have one, which I feel is really, really good. So I'm going to be doing a lot of videos and live streaming using this. I think it's really important with the audio, and also some recorded videos. All right, guys, enjoy your weekend, and I hope to see you in my next video. I'm going to be publishing my next video on Tuesday. I'm going to see if I can have like a fixed date on every Tuesday, and then at Friday, and maybe one more on Sunday or Saturday live streaming like today. See you, and take care. Stay safe. Bye bye.